Hi, I'm Colton with Porsche Center Calgary, and I'm here today with another lovely piece of inventory. This one is a brand new Macan S. At the moment, it's our only brand new Macan S. We haven't for quite a while had any Macans in inventory. Lately, we've had a couple, but not very many, and they're going very quickly. This is, as I say, our very last Macan S, at least kind of for the foreseeable future. You can always order them, of course, but this one's available right now. So let me tell you a little bit about it. Firstly, the basics. The Macan S, more powerful than the regular Macan. It uses a 2.9 liter V6, twin turbocharged to 375 horsepower. It's awesome. The transmission is the PDK, of course, that all the Macans get. 7-speed PDK dual clutch transmission, same as we use in our sports cars. That is, in my opinion, what really sets it apart from the rest of the compact SUVs on the market. That transmission really does a lot to make the most out of the powertrain. The all-wheel drive system too, very similar to the one used in our 911. So the Macan is a great performing car. It impresses everybody that drives it, and the S gives you just a little bit more power and larger brakes over the standard Macan. Let me tell you a little bit more about this one in particular. We'll start outside and then we'll move in. Starting with the color, this is Volcano Gray Metallic. Probably my favorite color. I think it looks awesome on the car. It's been quite popular too. Very, very dark, but outside the metallic will come out and sparkle a little bit more than is maybe showing in our photo booth here today. This one also has what Porsche calls the exterior package in exterior color and gloss black, which I think is a little bit confusing, so I'll try to explain a little bit of what that is. What it does is gives you a little bit of extra paint basically on the outside of the car. There's a few parts that would be just unpainted black plastic as standard, but they get painted, in this case, either body color or gloss black, depending which part it is. So on the front bumper, there's kind of, you know, a detail in, I'll call it the middle of the front bumper, that typically would be painted body color on a Macan. On this one, it's gloss black as part of that. The side blade, kind of the detailing on the lower part of the doors on either side is gloss black here, painted gloss black. That would be just unpainted matte black plastic. Otherwise, that's painted gloss in this case. And then we have some detailing on the rear bumper that's painted body color that would have been unpainted black plastic. So little things that you might not be able to point out immediately, you know, what's different looking at this car to the next, but it does lend to the overall kind of, you know, appeal of the vehicle. It's something you maybe can't put your finger on, but you can tell that one maybe looks just a little bit nicer than the one beside it without that package. These wheels are the 21-inch, what do they call these ones? The exclusive design. 21-inch wheels in gloss black as well, picking up some of those gloss accents elsewhere on the car. You've got a combination of the gloss with the shinier silver metal on those wheels. I think they look great. Some other gloss stuff like the window surround, the window trim, gloss black here. Standard on the Macan S would be silver. Switch to gloss black to match the black roof rails that were put on this one. Optional on the Macan to have the roof rails. If you don't do them, that's not something you can retrofit, so you can't put anything on the top. So I always recommend, if you don't think you're ever going to do it, put them on there. But frankly, even if you aren't, it's nice for resale because everybody will buy one typically. Most people will buy one with the roof rails if they're not going to use it. But if they need it, they just won't buy one who doesn't have it, right? So worth considering. We'll put them on most of our stock pieces of inventory. Some other stuff outside, let's see, before we move in. A couple of subtle touches. The underdoor puddle light projectors. So when you open the door, there's a light that'll project Porsche, the Porsche logo onto the ground. Again, subtle touch, but it looks cool and lends to the overall kind of luxury experience that you're getting with the Porsche product. And then as well, the windshield is heated, an option that we didn't see very frequently on our cars before, at least not in our market here in Calgary, because there is so much gravel on the road. It's not uncommon for you to, you know, crack a windshield, and people don't always want to spend the extra, but they're a lot more reasonable nowadays. And beyond that, they're a lot more functional too. The earlier ones had very visible heating elements throughout the glass that would kind of impede your vision depending how the sun's hitting it. With the newer iteration, that really doesn't happen anymore. You don't have that visible heating element. It is invisible, so it makes the utility of it a whole lot better without sacrificing any of the functionality. So nice to see that option here. But let's move on to the inside. There's some pretty cool stuff there as well. This has the leather package with deviated stitch in chalk in this case. So you have leather wrap dashboard with a chalk stitching through that. Your seats, of course, are leather as well with the contrasting chalk stitch. And then that package also gives you the chalk seat belt. So you've got that little bit of splash of contrast versus just kind of all black everything inside. You know, black is nice, but I don't mind a little bit of color or contrast in there just to make it a little bit more interesting. And the chalk is nice, kind of goes with everything. You don't have to worry about the clashing of the different colored stitches. Chalk is great, matches everything, as I mentioned. Other stuff inside, the Premium Plus package, which is kind of encompassing a few different options. You can, with our car, select everything individually, but you also have the option to go with the Premium Plus package and lump a few things together. It tends to be kind of the you know, the big ticket items most people tend to order, so they put them in the package for a kind of an added value, if you will. You get in that the 14-way adjustable seat over the standard 8-way seat, so you're gaining the thigh extension control as well as 4-way lumbar support. You also get seat ventilation. Heated seats are standard, but it adds the seat ventilation. Also adds heated seats in the rear and the panoramic sunroof, as well as the blind spot warning. There's quite a bit in there. The dynamic lights was the other thing I wanted to mention. They are all LEDs now on Macans, but you get the Porsche dynamic lighting system, so they'll turn with the steering wheel. They'll look further down the road as you speed up to compensate for that. And you'll have auto high beams as well. So if you have your high beams on at night, there's a car coming the other way, it'll recognize that and get them out of the way, so it's not, you know, dazzling that oncoming traffic and impeding somebody's visibility. So nice to have if you do some night driving. Other neat stuff inside, the Porsche crest on the headrests. I love that. Another subtle touch, but always nice to see the embossed crest. I think this one has front and rear headrest, which is nice. Makes it feel, I think, a little bit more premium than if they're just you know, empty. And then the smartphone compartment, which means inductive charging. So inside the armrest, there's a specific spot. Put your phone in there and it'll charge without having to physically plug it into anything, provided your phone is capable of such a thing. And then the door sill guards were changed too. Standard would be kind of a shiny aluminum on this car, but this one was switched out to the black brushed aluminum, which is a far more popular look. I think it looks quite cool myself. And they're illuminated as well, so when you open up the door, it'll say Macan S and light up to kind of welcome you into the car, which is a nice touch, nice to see on here. I think that was about all of the content I wanted to mention. I may have missed one or two things, but really nicely optioned example and available now without the weight of having to order, which is a rare thing nowadays. So if you're interested, if you want to learn more, do give us a call or pay us a visit. Thanks so much for watching.